Hey guys, welcome back. So let's go ahead and just jump into this video. So just make sure that you keep your skin type in mind when you are prepping for your skin. So the first thing I want to do is take my Fix Plus. So I'm just going to take Fix Plus. After that, I'm going to be taking my Advanced Genifique serum from Lancome. So I'm actually going to be using rosehip oil. I tend to be a little bit dry underneath my eye. That's where I want to kind of target this in that area. And I'm just going to pat that in. Whatever's left, I'm just going to bring that down. And I have been doing this for quite some time now. It does work for me. It doesn't separate my makeup. Is take my moisturizer. And this is a Complete Comfort Cream from MAC. I'm going to take my Tatcha Silk Canvas. Kind of everywhere. And if you notice, I am doing a lot of skin prep. You definitely don't want to skip out on prepping your skin for your wedding. Okay, now I'm going to take my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. So just in this area here. I'm going to start on my brows. I'm going to take my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter and run this through my brows. I love this brow setter so much. Now taking a brush, I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and did my brows off camera. Alright, so let's just keep on moving. Alright, so now we're going to prime our eyes. So I'm going to take my Painterly Paint Pot. From that, you always want to go in with a base. Not having a base is actually gonna have allow your oils to break through your product, so your eyeshadow won't be there by the end of the night. And you definitely want your eyeshadow to be there, especially for your wedding. So you want to start off with a base. And I'm just going to take that on any brush. I'm going to use my Real Techniques. And I do put it in my inner corner as well. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, the first thing I want to do is lay down a eyeshadow base. So I want to go in with this one right here. This one is Pleasing to the Eye. Taking my Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection brush in JH31. And I'm actually looking down into my mirror, so it allows me to see, like if you don't have a crease, it will allow you to see like where your eye socket is. So it'll be an easier application. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. It's called Cork from MAC. So that's this shade right here. This is the JH35 from Morphe. And then I want to concentrate this kind of on the outer part of the eye. Like that outer V, and then just kind of hug around the eye. Same thing to the other side. And I want to keep it pretty low. I don't want to take this up too high. I don't want to cover up that first shade. And I'm actually going to spray this with some Fix Plus to intensify the color. Kind of doing like the shape of a cut crease, but it's not really a cut crease. With some Fix Plus. So I don't want it too thick. and then just kind of run that along here. Kind of want it to be like little and then kind of smoke out more. Same thing on the other side. Now taking a clean brush, just any clean brush, I'm just gonna blend that out. No product. Same colors. Now taking the brush where you use that pleasing to the eye, we're gonna go in. No additional product, but using that brush. Okay, so I'm taking my Monzor Big Waterproof Mascara. Okay, so these are the lashes. So I want my foundation to last all day. You don't have to be this extra. You can use whatever foundations work for you, but I'm going to be using these right here. I'm going to be using a little bit of this and then mixing these two shades to get my perfect color. I'm just going to mix a little bit of the maximum coverage. That's all I'm using. So now I'm gonna go in with Buff, about a pump and a half of that one. And then now I'm gonna go in with Desert Beige. And then I'm going to go in with 2 pumps of that one. So just a little bit like that. This is optional. I'm going to put in a little bit of the rosehip oil. This foundation is full coverage, so if you don't like that, use whatever foundation works for you. And I'm just bouncing my brush up and down on my skin. So now I'm going to go in with my sponge. I just want to make sure there's no lines, everything is blended. So as you can see, everything is coming together. I'm gonna go in with these two here. This is from Benefit, and this is their Cakeless Concealer. This is in the shade number 4. And I'm going to go in with the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. And this one is in the shade Fair Light Neutral. Okay, now I'm going to take my Benefit one. Okay, now I want to set my under eyes, so I'm going to be taking my Fit Me loose powder and kind of bounce that in the inner corner. So if you can see, this one's a little bit shiny, this one's matte. Now I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation in Shivering White. And I want to do that just right here. I'm going to be taking a bronzer. The one I'm using is Delicate's. You can use whatever bronzer you like. Okay, now I want to do the same here. And then a little bit on the nose. Nothing too harsh. So Now I want to further intensify this, so I'm going to be taking my MAC sculpting palette. I'm going to go in with taupe first, so that's this shade right here, and really concentrating it right in here. Going in with the next deepest shade, which is this one here. Now I'm going to clean up the contour. Estee Lauder Double Wear, and the shade I'm using is Ivory Nude. And then clean up with that. Highlighter, this is in Stargazer. Before I do that, I'm gonna spray my face with Fix Plus. And before it dries down, so it's when it's still a little bit wet, you want to go in with your highlight. So I do my highlighter before I do my blush, because it's going to blend better. And I want to start off light just because this is a really intense blush. And you want to put on a little bit more than what you think you should, because blush is going to wear off your face quick and you want it to show up in pictures. Now I'm going to finish off my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and take my Costa Riche liner again. So I'm just running this along the inner rim, halfway back. I don't want to bring it in too close to the inner. It's going to close off your eyes, and I still want to appear like my eyes are a little bit larger. The pencil brush I was using earlier, no additional product. I'm just running this along the bottom. Okay, now I want to start warming up or smoking that bottom lash line out, but not too much. Just start incorporating those colors I used earlier. So I'm going to go back in with Please Be. That was the first shade we used, which was this guy here. I'm going to go in with the same brushes. And as you can see, I'm just kind of lightly connecting what we did earlier to the bottom. You don't want to bring it in too far in again, because it's going to close off your eye. I'm taking a little bit of cork and incorporate it in there. Not too much. I'm going to take Embark and that reddish shade and keep it really tight. Anytime you're going in with a matte lipstick, you want to have a primer on. This keeps your lipstick on. It keeps it from settling into your lip lines, and it keeps your lips hydrated. So I'm going to line my lips. Okay, now I'm going to go in, because it's a little bit too bright for me. I'm going to go in with Love You Back from MAC. And then I'm going to go in with a gloss. You can keep your lips matte if you'd like, or you can throw on a gloss. I'm going to be setting my face with finishing spray from Skindinavia, and this is their Bridal. So this is gonna hold your makeup on. You guys, I almost forgot. Can't forget that inner corner highlight. I'm gonna take this pencil brush. Okay guys, so this is the final look. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.